There's this gentleman who has been talking about how best we can get this all worked around. Maybe protect traders, protect market women, and if possible, get most markets insured. He's an insurance analyst and a member of parliament for Ibuakwa South, Dr. Kingsley Agyemang, who is joining us for us to have detailed conversations on how well we can protect our markets and also protect traders, because it looks like the fire situation isn't going anytime soon. But how well can we protect ourselves? So should this eventuality or this disaster come, we'll be well protected. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning, Philip.
I trust you are doing well.
I'm well.
And Happy New Year. This year we haven't spoken.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
I want to find out from you the fire cases that we are witnessing. This is the first month of the year, and I can already say that we here have reported about 6 to 7 fire cases. How do you receive this news of any fire outbreak anytime it happens?
A very good morning to your various listeners. I would say that in the first place, I sympathize to those who have lost properties, but the frequencies of the fire and the severity of it is not something I'm surprised at. More will be coming because we have decided not to do what we need to do. If you remember, I gave a very good trajectory last year when the fires were very high around the same time. I suggested strongly that we should not allow the traders to build up these markets again. That when we do that, we are only preparing it for the next fires to happen. Typically, of us as Ghanaians, we didn't expect. I went further to even file a question in Parliament to the Interior Minister. He came and gave a certain rhetoric response. And my question was to the effect that, compulsory fire is now compulsory under the insurance law, just like auto insurance. And what they were putting in place to curtail the fires then. He read a response that gave the impression that all was well. But you can't put the blame on the law enforcement agencies alone. You have invested capital in your stock. You have an absolute and unlimited interest to protect those goods or those stock. We keep constructing the same materials that give rise to the fire. And these materials, they are not proper. There's no electrical engineering. There are no sprinklers. There's nothing that can stop fire. And we have a good example from the KJTR Phase 1. There were a lot of fires then. These fires were well constructed, properly engineered, electrical cables, automatic sprinklers, fire alarm systems, and stuff like that. Even fire hydrants are stationed in these markets. Have we heard of fires? Even when the fires come, be able to control them. Amaga Market, Swami Market, Circle, Kaswa, and the others. What is the nature of construction? So we begin to do what is right. And establishment of constructions of markets are not the responsibilities of individuals. They are responsibility of the local authority, the disassemblies, the municipalities, and the metropolis in which these markets are. So, Philip, if you ask me, my sympathies to them, but that is how far I can go. There will be a lot of fires. So, as we continue to produce those hazards that give rise to the fire.
But you have spoken extensively about insurance. What do you want to touch on that, and what really can be done in this regard?
Exactly. I mean, when the nature of construction is not insurable, no insurance company will protect those risks. Which insurance company will go and protect a risk that is so inevitable? So when we construct well, then it becomes insurable because it is law. It is under the statutory provision, the insurance law, that these markets must be insured. But no insurance company will provide these covers. So we all have to do the needful. The fires that have happened recently is a good problem to have. It's an opportunity for local authorities to reconstruct them. Look at the Kwadaso village and others. So so the authorities enforce till individuals believe that this is the right. We have to do the right thing. Nobody should have surprise. our sympathies to you, and others will not bring back your stock. It is only when the construction is right and you have insured them, that's when you can have some indemnity to protect you. Other than that, unfortunately, you are on your own.
Okay, so if I get you right, the assemblies must ensure that these structures are put up by the assemblies and the standard must be followed. But some of these traders have argued that if we leave it to the government and we are not actually going to do it ourselves, by the time we realize the land has been taken away from us.
Okay, so they should construct themselves and lose their ways, right? I don't want to get into their narrative. Should they continue to construct themselves and make themselves available for the instruction? It's up to them to choose.
Okay, can there be a situation whereby they construct by themselves, but the government actually just supervises these buildings or these constructions that they put up?
Okay, so what we are saying is that for the construction must not necessarily be done by the government, but it's under the supervision of the assembly. So for instance, they get into how they do it, they do this market land, that they get into a PPP. And then absolute supervision or regulations of the local assemblies.
So,
did you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So from what you are saying, there has been a failure somewhere, and that is why we are recording these incidences.
Absolutely. Systemic failure, and it's as a result of all key actors. The owners of these stock, the government, and even to some extent, how do we promote these things? But for your media house, a few will even report on this and have experts to talk about it. So I have sympathies to them, but that is how far we can go. Very, very unfortunate. A lot of assets has been destroyed.
So before you
millions of Ghana cedis have gone waste. Families and business are going to be circumstanced. Very, very unfortunate.
So before you take leave of us, you think enforcement is also an issue?
Yes, but prevention is key. Prevention is key. I mean, wherever the fires have happened, the fire officers and the police, they've gone back to their work. They are working. They don't have their salary. So you, the owner of those goods, you are circumstanced. Therefore, you have an infinite responsibility to protect your wares.
Thank you so much, Honorable Insurance Analyst and also the Member of Parliament for Boakwa South, Dr. Kingsley Agyemang, who has made the statement clear that, well, the right thing must be done so that insurance companies can now get into it and insure that property, that market, because if it's not worth insuring, the insurance companies would definitely not come in for it.